over the world, there are 5 stages to Islamization. Whatever the world likes to do with this information is left to them. They can either accept it, apply it, get results, or they can carry it and put it in their pocket. That is their business. But it is within my mandate to speak the truth to power, to expose people, bring the light of God to the mind of the nation. There are 5 stages to Islamization in Nigeria. Either in Nigeria or all over the world, there are 5 stages of Islamization. Number 1 is movement. Now this movement is divided into 2. Either by migration or by invasion. So they come to and they migrate to a new settlement. And in the process of that migration, when they come there, they look so peaceful. They are not violent. When they migrate to a new society, that is why you see that they say, these people are loving, these people are kind, these people are peaceful. They migrate. And that's why you find that is happening in the whole of Europe today. They are moving at an accelerated rate, migrating. The second part of that movement, or the second way it can happen, is through invasion. Meaning that they come, conquer the people, fight them, destroy them, and take over their territory. This is what we saw when the Fulanis invaded by Usman Danfodio. When they invaded the Hausa land in the north. I hope you know there are indigenous Hausa people. The Kobiris. Is it the Kabawa or something like that? They are indigenous Hausa people. They were conquered by Danfodio. So that is by invasion. They come, they invade. So they invaded the north, conquered the north, and they took over the north. But they have not been what they are doing in other parts of Nigeria is by migration. What you see that is happening in Europe today is by migration. So they will go there, settle down there. But at that time, they look so peaceful. You look at them and say, these people are loving and kind. But there's an agenda. The second stage is population. At the first stage, they are not much, so they look so peaceful. The second stage is to ensure that they become about 40 to 50% of the population of that nation. So they begin to multiply, give birth to 5 children, 7 children, have as many as 5 wives, 4 wives. You think it's by play? No. It's an agenda to ensure that they're the most populous in that place. That's what today you hear them say, the north is very populous. Parents give birth to children they cannot cater for. But there's an agenda just to ensure that they're the most populous. Are you learning? So at that stage, the next stage, once they've been able to settle, the next thing they begin to do is to ensure that they're the majority. So they begin to increase in population. Reproducing and reproducing. Bringing in their colleagues, bringing in their family from different parts to ensure that they overwhelm that place with number. To ensure that there are about 40-50% of population in that place. That is stage 2. Some 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if you go to the UK, you find very little Muslims. Very little. Some 20-25 years ago, if you go to the UK, you find very little mosque. But today, there are thousands of mosques in Europe. In UK, in Canada, there are thousands of them. So when they come, they act so peaceful in stage 1. But in stage 2, the moment they know that they begin to gain number, then that is where the agenda begins to go into place. So the second stage is that they multiply.